Yeah, I'm currently in this hot truck right now, about to get this day started. I just wanted to comment on a couple things and continue and continuously try to give good words of wisdom and some good content for those who may be seeking it out there. Yeah, man, making use of the YouTube and making use of all the situations where in social media and understanding the technology out here every day, man, I'm learning something new as far as dealing with social media marketing, digital marketing, and also this financial literacy and how financial literacy in tech and technology is somewhat in the same basket, especially with all the data, especially with all the ways that agencies can collect different information about you and determine your financial wealth score. I'm learning something new every day, and I thought I knew it all, but it is what it is, man. But I wanted to make myself clear about leadership and leadership training. I received leadership training for about 3.5 years. Where I received leadership training, you can inbox me or comment, and I'll get back to you and let you know where I got that leadership training. But it was a lot of comments out here that was made, and there's a lot of comments that are going to be made objectively, just throwing rocks at the stone. Or I wouldn't say throwing rocks at the stone, but throwing rocks at the throne. Excuse me. But let me get this air. Let me at least get these windows down. Gracious. Yeah, so I just wanted to comment about, it's not a lot of times where I see things on the internet or on my Facebook or Instagram where, someone brings up a topic that's worth discussing and put my input into it. You know what I'm saying? So there was a guy that he said something about, it's a lot of people that claim they're leaders, but they don't have any followings, and that's true. That's very true. But it's all different types of leadership that you have to take in consideration. The leadership that is needed right now is a leadership that's a little bit more advanced with technology, a leadership that understands the flock. And there's various principles of leadership that you have to take into consideration also. But sometimes you just have to question people's, their thought process. And when you're questioning people's thought process, a lot of times you're going to come to the conclusion that these people will never, never have any type of influence upon nothing. Maybe not even have an influence on their family. But a lot of the leadership we don't need is just a blind following. You know, a good leader embodies those principles and executes based upon those who are following. He is a problem solver. Leaders are problem solvers. They identify the problem, then they execute and solve the problem. Now, that's an attribute of a good leader. Being able to assess what's going on. And also a leader who leads also has foresight, also has knowledge of the future events, or has knowledge of the future task that needs to be taken. Now you have passive leaders, you have some leaders that are out the front, but the most effective one is the one who's be able to execute. We have too many leaders out here right now that just provide information, but there's very seldom leaders that can execute or execute on that information and get people to execute also on the information that is provided. You can provide people with information or knowledge, but they're not able to execute that knowledge. Some people will take that knowledge and store it up and just accumulate it like dust in a corner. Then you have some of those leaders who are capable of implanting the ability of execution and be able to apply those things that are conveyed from the leadership. That's just something I wanted to talk about, man. I'm sweating, and I'm glad I'm sweating, man. I like to, I need a good sweat, you know what I'm saying, to get the poisons out. And it feels good to have a good sweat, but proper leadership is execution. A lot of people want to be the big homie, right? A lot of people want to be the big homie and whatnot. They don't want to accept the fact that you had the opportunity when the crossroads came. You had the ability to do what you needed to do, or you had the ability to step up and step on that next path that wasn't cut. You had the ability to step on the next stone that wasn't properly laid as far as concrete. You know what I'm saying? Analogy of a person going into the jungle. You chose to go the route that it was, you chose to go the route that everybody else wanted to go. Or you went the route that everybody else chose to create a path, and you chose to go that route instead of cutting down the bushes, instead of cutting down the trees, instead of getting cut by the thorns, you know what I'm saying, and not knowing when you're gonna find, a good light, or not knowing when you're gonna find the destination you was gonna get to. And that's pretty much the difference between a lot of people, man. A lot of people have just done what the norm have done. You know what I'm saying? And within that pocket space, their average thinking and their average motivation and their average perception has given them the false perception or the false narrative to think that they happen to be leaders and whatnot. We're in a different day and time. Technology is way more advanced. The last time a lot of you people even read about leaders was in elementary school. The last leaders that you guys probably seen were or heard of were Martin Luther King. Or you probably just picked up a couple Jordan Maxwell books and chose to apply that to your life and whatnot, which is good. But you can pick up some good information from that. You can pick up a lot of good information from a lot of places. But just keep in mind, that a lot of times when it comes to leadership, a good, potent leader can come, find that people execute, and then dip out away. And now all those people are walking upon leadership. Now those people are leaders. You know what I'm saying? Great leaders create leaders. And so this was just another post. And it was an interesting topic, man. I wish a lot of people would give their information or their insight on it. But I don't think a lot of people have the ability or brain power to go into topics and subject matters of that, because it can get very touchy. And so a lot of people just happen to like, or they may agree with what you say. But keep in mind, Jesus had what? He had about 12 followers. In these days and times, man, when it comes to leadership, you have to be a pioneer. Now, you could be a leader within your little basketball club, in your neighborhood, or amongst your friends that know you. They may accept you as someone who, we can follow you. You know what I'm saying? But I encourage someone to find a leader or read up on a leader who has influenced your life or has influenced numerous people, and do the study and come back in the comments and whatnot, man. Keep in mind, man, the people choose the king and the people choose the leader. It's the people, man. It's always been the people. It always will be the people that choose. Even in our Constitution, the United States of America, we the people. You know what I'm saying? We the people that put people in government. We put these other people in power through voting. You know what I'm saying? To lead us based upon our interests as the people and what they represent. So that's how it's always going to be. It's always going to be that way. You feel me? There's always going to be the people choosing whether they want to have as a leader in the area of activity in life that they may be focused on at the time. I'm sweating. I'm glad I'm sweating. I'm just posting that, man, just for all those out there. And you other people, man, just keep on being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to keep talking and producing content. You know what I'm saying? Based upon what I see, and the majority of other people are going to just speculate and, come up to me with different conversations and talk about stuff that I already know about or I'm not. You know what I'm saying? People just want to talk just to be talking. So, yeah, I'm just getting a good sweat in, man. I feel like I'm in a sauna, but damn, this shit feel good as hell. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody else needs to understand that when it comes to, leadership, I'm thinking about problem solving and I'm thinking about execution. Find a problem and solve it, man. That's what we're in the business of doing. Finding a problem and solving it. One.